The other day when scrolling through Reddit looking for Usher Queen feed pictures, I came across an old meme that basically shows all of the removed or forgotten features and Clan Wars 2.0 trying to be at the center of attention. Now of course, the meme is 2 years old when Clan Wars 2.0 was the hottest topic for all the wrong reasons, but that got me thinking. I really wanted to remake this video, which is incredibly old. It's so old my voice had a higher pitch. Today we're going to be talking about 15 things that were removed from Clash Royale. Anyways, today we're looking at 20 things that were removed from Clash Royale. If you're a huge fan of this channel, you might know a lot of these things, but you might be surprised. So let's get right into it.
Let's do this.
Tournament refund. Okay, this mattered a whole lot more back in the day when tournaments cost more than 10 gems and still gave you rewards, but I guess it still applies today. You used to be able to get a refund from a tournament if no one joined. People started to abuse this by typing that the password would be in some sketchy website, and people would go to that website looking for a password, but there was no password. It was just a scam. Anyways, since nobody could join, then the host would get his refund after he scammed people. Anyways, refunds were removed and this scam isn't really an issue today as far as I'm aware. Landscape replays. This was one of my favorite features, especially on the iPad. It was essentially an option in the settings that allowed you to display replays in landscape mode, which looked pretty cool. Sadly, it seems it wasn't used much and Supercell did a little bit of cleaning up in the settings and determined that this landscape feature was useless. I'll forever miss it. It was pretty dope. Gem Rush. It is basically Gold and Crown Rush, but with gems, and it only ever appeared in the game a few times, but for the past 4 years, no one really knows what happened to it. Well, at least the majority of the people. A while back I speculated on why it was removed, and if it would ever return. As far as I was aware, Gem Rush just disappeared one day in 2018, and it was never talked about again by any developers. But I did a little bit more digging because I was desperate for an answer, and it turns out there is a 100% confirmation that Gem Rush will never return. When asked about Gem Rush on Reddit, Darian, a developer, answered, "Myself and Seth wrote a post about Gem Rush that we didn't end up publishing, but it explains that we have instead added gems into a lot of other places, Pass Real Track, chests, challenges, quests, all of which are a more effective and fair way of distributing gems to players rather than one event that players can miss." Now this reply was 2 years ago, but it basically explains why Gem Rush was removed from the game. RIP. Battle cost. At launch, every battle had a gold fee you had to pay, including friendly battles. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was still there, similar to how it works in Clash of Clans to this day. In fact, it's exactly the same way. A couple months after launch though, Supercell decided it would be better to remove the battle fee and instead reduce the gold you got from chests. Honestly, none of these changes impacted the game that much, but it's so weird thinking of a time when you had to pay for battles. Just look at that. It looks so weird. Facebook login. Okay, I have to admit I use Facebook from time to time, but come on, I'm 23, I grew up on that. Don't bully me. All my friends got it, man. And by all I mean friends I haven't talked to since 8th grade. Anyways, there's been a Facebook login button since launch, I believe, and it allowed you to see what friends on Facebook also played Clash Royale, so you could play with them or see if they were online. I mean, that's about it. Long story short though, in March of 2020, which was pretty recently, it was announced that it was no longer being supported and it would be removed in the next update. Removed chest. Okay, at this point, Supercell has removed a few chests and I didn't want to separate them, so we're just going to talk about all of them in one bit, except the ones that were part of a bigger event, which we'll discuss later. Anyways, chests removed included the rare chest, free chest, and the super magical chest. I guess we can also add the draft chest as well, but because you can still buy it from an offer, I guess it's technically still in the game. Anyways, yeah, the rare chest was an exclusive for the Pass Real Track. This was in a time when Supercell was still trying to figure out what rewards to put in Pass Royale. The super magical chest was basically reworked to be another chest, the super lightning chest. And the free chest, even though still showing up in the battle rewards guide, hasn't appeared anywhere anymore. The only exception being the tutorial chest, but even though it looks exactly the same, it's not really the same chest. The 11th elixir. Okay, this is a very complicated topic I don't even feel qualified to discuss, but I did talk about it once, so I hope you don't mind me borrowing some of that script from that other video, you know? Anyways, the 11th elixir, you may remember it as Elixir Overcharge, because in one update, Supercell announced that they'd be removing this Elixir Overcharge, but what exactly is it? Basically, Elixir kept generating until 10.9 Elixir, which meant if you use 7 Elixir, you would immediately get back 4 instead of 3. This was the Elixir Overcharge. When it was removed, Supercell said the reason was that it was too hidden and not needed. It was a bit of an issue in 2016 and it took Supercell a while to fix it, which sparked some hate in the community, but the average player didn't even notice this 11th elixir, so most people didn't even notice it being removed. Buying a specific number of cards. This was honestly a great feature and I wish we could have it back. When buying cards in the shop, you used to be able to buy one of that card, or there was an option to buy the entire stack. After some shop redesigns though, this was all simplified to be predetermined packs of cards, which is okay, but not as good as having the choice, you know? Legend trophies. This is another thing I've talked about a lot on this channel, but it is basically a type of special trophy you would get at the end of every season, and how much you got depended on how high you went in trophies. There was no use for these trophies, it was more like bragging rights, I guess, which is probably the reason why they were disabled. Even though you couldn't get them anymore, they remained on the profile for a while up until like December of 2018, when those who had at least one legend trophy got an exclusive emote and some resources. Achievements. Before we talk about quest, we have to talk about achievements because that's exactly what we had before quest. It is literally what it sounds like. You complete these massive achievements for a gem reward. Exactly how it is in Clash of Clans. But one day in October of 2017, a message popped up on top of the quest tab letting everyone know that it would be removed with the new quest updates. And that's exactly what happened. Quests. Speaking of quests, yet another feature that related to doing challenges for rewards ended up getting removed completely. This one doesn't make any sense though. It was basically removed in mid-2020 just in time for Clan Wars 2.0.
We are removing quests and the 3 daily gifts. These will be put into 1 daily gift that is better than those combined.
At last, Clan Wars 2.0. We can get rid of quests now, right? Well, the thing that doesn't make any sense to me is that is assuming that you would actually play Clan Wars 2.0, and a lot of people don't. So we're missing out on rewards that we could have had, and yeah. Luckily, masteries have been added, which is sort of similar, just not exactly the same, but masteries is a good replacement, I think. Tournament rewards. Remember when you could click on the tournament button and a list of available tournaments you could join would instantly pop up and you could easily have a chance to win so many rewards, all for free? Yeah, well, as most of you probably know, tournaments are just a shadow of what they used to be, with the majority of its features being stripped away. Now you can still find tournaments in the search by simply typing a letter and just click search. But, I mean, what's the point of playing tournaments nowadays? They have no rewards. The only reward you can get from tournaments nowadays is if the person you know is hosting a cash prize outside of the game. Speaking of rewards being removed, there was a time when you could create tournaments that cost thousands of dollars, and these chests you could win were stupid OP. For example, the first place chest will give you 15,000 cards and up to 105,000 gold. These huge tournaments all varied in sizes with different size chests, but as we mentioned, this was all removed, so tournaments is just a dumbed down version of what it used to be. Opponent left the match. You might have seen this message in 2v2 saying that your teammate has left the match. The same message used to pop up when your enemy left the match. Now this was removed because as soon as players saw this message, they dropped a 30 elixir push in 2 seconds, never giving the opponent a chance to get back on the game and actually continue the match. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Tower in profile. This isn't anything major, it was simply a tower in your profile. A lot of people used to speculate that this would be used to select what tower skin you wanted before tower skins even existed, but it was never actually used for that. It was never used for anything, in fact. One day it just kind of disappeared, and That's it. The world may never know why that was in the profile in the first place. Clan chest and clan battle chest. Another topic I've discussed a million times. Sorry, I'll be quick. These chests were awarded after completing the clan chest events or the clan battle chest events. They sound the same, it's confusing, I know, but they were two different events. One was 1v1 and the other was 2v2. That is basically the sum of it. You basically did battles to get crowns, and those crowns would accumulate until you reached the end. It was very similar to clan games and Clash of Clans. Eventually though, 2v2 was made permanent, so there was no need for this clan battle chest. The whole reason we had it in the first place was because 2v2 was this new thing, and it was like, wow, clan battle chest, it's 2v2, but yeah, once it became permanent, what's the point of it, right? And then clan battles was removed when they added clan wars. Now, I really loved these chests, and I wish they could bring it back, just because I would play that over Clan Wars 2.0 any day. Heal Spell. The Heal Spell, added in April of 2017, was always one of those cards that had a hard time finding a place in the meta. In early 2020 though, Supercell announced that they would be removing the Heal Spell and instead adding a new card. That new card was revealed to be the Heal Spirit. Shortly after the reveal, the card was in fact removed. Old King emotes. Basically, the 4 default emotes used to have 4 sounds each, right? And they would all alternate between these sounds.
Hooray! No!
When newer emotes were added though, the king emotes were left with 1 sound each. And yeah, that's basically it. I do want to mention though that one of the newer emotes seems to have one of these old king sounds, which I thought was pretty cool. Colored text. Okay, this wasn't intended to be a feature, and I guess it's still sort of in the game, but at a cost. At the launch of the game, players found out that you could change the color of your name and text in the chat by simply typing in some kind of code surrounding your intended input. Now this was patched years ago, I'm talking 2016, but lately, as of Clash Royale, there is a way to do it, but is it worth it? Probably not. The glitch essentially works, but now you have to have Clash Royale active at all times. So if you don't have Clash Royale, you'll be stuck with a weird name. I just wanted to include this one as sort of in the game, but not really, and you probably shouldn't do it. Expo targeting air. Even though we aren't mentioning card reworks or any balance changes in this video, this change was too much of a change to not mention. For about a month after the game came out, the Expo could target air troops. This didn't last long though, probably because of how OP it was, and Supercell just determined that let's just get rid of its ability to shoot air. So yeah, it only lasted a month. Clan Wars 1.0? Yeah, the first iteration of Clan Wars. Technically, a lot of people would argue that it was just reworked and changed to be a new era of Clan Wars, but the old Clan Wars was completely removed, there's no question in that. Both Clan Wars are not really the same. Anyways, the original Clan Wars was broken up into 2 sections. The first one was something called Collection Day, where you did 3 battles collecting cards. These battles would essentially help your clan have more cards and higher leveled cards. And then after that, there was an actual battle day where you went 1v1 against people. It was pretty much a 2-day thing. And of course, I think I don't need to mention there was rewards as well. I honestly liked the first Clan Wars better because it was just so simple. The simplicity of it made it more appealing to me. I wanted to include this one in the video because it's sort of being forgotten now, and it's understandable. So guys, that should be it for this video. That is 20 things that were removed from Clash Royale. I promise this is the last time I'm making this video. Maybe I'll update it in 2025? Sounds pretty reasonable, right? I'm sure they'll remove a whole lot of other stuff by then. Anyways, with that being said, let me know if there's any features in this video that you absolutely miss and want back. I for sure want half of this stuff back in the game, but Supercell, man. Stop removing stuff. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. Havoc Gaming out. Peace.